What do we have for Pisces, please? High Priestess, Pisces, that is your energy coming in right at the foundation. Pisces, I was picking up an energy before I started your reading surrounding people that wished they would have worked with you. These are individuals that, well, they thought that your ideas, you, or something that you were wanting to do just wasn't really that special. They really just couldn't see the bigger picture. Now, there's not necessarily anything wrong with people not seeing the bigger picture when you have a vision, because if they could actually see that vision, then maybe they would be going that direction themselves. But what I'm picking up here for you, Pisces, are individuals that not only didn't see your vision, but they tried to do things to discourage you. I'm picking up an energy of sabotage. I feel like these energies spoke negatively behind your back about what it was that you were wanting to build in your life. In other words, Pisces, they didn't wish you the best of luck, that you're able to accomplish what it is you're setting out for. Now, I feel that you're actually moving in a direction of success. Either you're currently surrounded by this success, or you're on path and heading in this direction. It just really depends what part of the journey you're on. You're all going to be on different parts. These are also individuals that I feel you actually gave an opportunity to be a part of what you were doing. But now they're seeing that the visions that you had for this particular path that you wanted to take are actually coming to pass or are going to come to pass. There was something about your energy that was cloaked, Pisces. It's as if they couldn't see your worth. And I got a similar energy in the Sag reading, which makes sense because whenever I cluster certain groups of zodiacs together, it's as if the messages all kind of connected. They're different vantage points of a similar message. Now, this could have been a friend. It could have been a family member. It could have also been a romantic connection. But I'm picking up more friends and family members, people that just really didn't see your worth. They didn't believe in you. But Pisces, what you need to understand is everything has unfolded exactly the way it was always supposed to. This was meant to happen. They were not meant to go on this path with you, but they were meant to be put in a position to be tested by the divine. The way these individuals treated you, Pisces, was all accounted for. There's something here about the path you're taking and these individuals' behavior towards you that's very significant. But with this High Priestess at the foundation, this is the energy of the higher power working in your life. It's an energy of you following your intuition methodically. You had a pure intent with these individuals, Pisces. You've been taking the right actions, and this is all driven by the unconscious. There's a lot of really high, intense spiritual energies around you right now as you're moving in this direction. You've always had this inner silent voice, Pisces. You've weathered a lot of storms. No matter what obstacles have come onto your path, you've maintained this connection with the divine. And now the divine is going to make an example out of you, Pisces, on what it means to be a truly awakened individual in this day and age. You are the example. You are the benchmark for all these other individuals that tried to create resistance in your life. They will now look to you with great admiration for pushing past any sort of resistance or naysayers and bring your visualizations into full manifestation. What do we have at the sacral, please? Death, Scorpio energy at the sacral. Couldn't have asked for a more perfect card to follow everything I just said. This is an energy of complete rebirth. The literal phoenix rising from the ashes is all represented in the death card. This is going to be shocking for a lot of people, Pisces. They just couldn't imagine it. I'm hearing shock and awe. It's like they can't process your success. They can't come to terms with the fact that maybe you were right. They just can't accept it. You've been the subject of a lot of manipulation. A lot of fear tactics were used against you. See, Pisces, you're all about the higher mind. You have the capability to have this incredibly powerful connection with the divine, a true clear channeler of downloads. It's built into you. But not all Pisces take this path and realize their true power and potential. Some of you Pisces have yet to do this, and this message will serve as a trigger to help begin the awakening process. See, Pisces, they want to take away this connection you have with Source, the divine, God. They don't want you to access these abilities. They don't want you to listen to your inner voice. So they're going to do things to create blockages in your intuition, which causes you to have a clouded insight. And they do it on purpose. They have hidden agendas. Whether they can actually articulate that, it's just something inside of them that tells them that this is what they need to do. See, the whole purpose is to bring out your shadow Pisces energy. They want you to feel stuck. You can't move. You have a lack of faith, picking up blocked crown chakra energy, which is an energy of just being angry at God. That's what they want to bring out in you. You know, and I always talk about how each zodiac sign has to deal with individuals trying to attack them with their own shadow. What I mean by this is they want to bring out the absolute worst in you as a means to keep you stuck and not evolving in your life, Pisces. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? The world. Perfect. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. It's a major cycle closing in your life, Pisces. This is where your true identity is revealed, Pisces, for all to see. But it's spiritual in nature. It's individuals truly seeing you standing in your power, you coming into alignment with the divine, and having a clear understanding that everything that has happened up until this point was meticulously crafted as a means to get you to this point of empowerment and to usher these individuals to spiritual court. Like I said, Pisces, they didn't necessarily have to support you, but they didn't have to try and stop you, which really highlights something inside of these individuals that is truly broken and unevolved. They will never tell you that they were threatened by the actions and the moves that you were making, but that's the truth. No individual would do this to another individual unless they felt threatened in some way, shape, or form. It all comes down to ego for these individuals. You threaten the very foundation by which these individuals hold a false sense of self on. This is one of those situations, Pisces, where your success is their downfall. It is a tipping of the scales. It's what this really is. You've transformed your shadow, or you're on path to. Cycles will be closing out, whether they like it or not. The will of the divine will be done, and there's nothing they can do about it. What do we have at the heart, please? Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the heart. Victory, Pisces. This is also an energy of complete and utter mental strength. It's an energy of raw power. Your mind is very powerful right now, Pisces, and it's in lockstep with your intuition. High Priestess at the foundation, guiding you. Death card, Scorpio energy at the sacral. In the direction of this new life cycle and timeline, and closing out any past karmic cycles that may still be open. World at the solar plexus. You regaining power and control back over your life like you never have before. This is different, Pisces. This is like waking up to a whole different world. This is an energy of waking up to these superpowers you have inside of you that you never even knew you had access to. You never even thought it was possible. This kind of energy. I think I said something similar in the Sag reading, but you never know just how much people are holding you back until you get away from them. I'm picking up an energy here of just a complete change in your life. I feel a lot of peace and happiness here. All the drama and chaos that once surrounded you just seemingly dissolves. And isn't that funny? In most of these cases, individuals were pointing the finger at you as to say you were the root and cause of these problems. But lo and behold, when none of these individuals are around you anymore, the chaos and drama is nowhere to be found. But make no mistake, it's the same as it ever was where they still reside. What do we have at the throat, please? Chariot, Cancer energy at the throat. Pisces, this is a very powerful energy that I have on this table. And this Ace of Swords and this Chariot are both cards of victory. There's a lot of movement here as well. Transformation, movement, victory, cycles closing out under divine guidance. Unstoppable because you are in lockstep with your intuition. I'm picking up a very focused, assertive energy coming from you, Pisces. And I feel this is the kind of transformation that people are seeing on you. They can hear it in your voice with this Chariot at the throat chakra, which is speaking about you being uncloaked. People just see the power you have within now. Maybe where you were once seen as a pushover, though this is all gone now, or it's on its way out. What I'm also getting here, Pisces, is that these individuals are so arrogant that I just don't even see a indication of any sort of accountability being taken here, which tells me that you are absolutely on a spiritual path here, a spiritual journey. People don't come back and take accountability for people who step on their spiritual path. Reason being, people who aren't on this path or have any sort of understanding of what it means to be an awoken individual that nurtures a connection with the divine have no way of truly recognizing and understanding because they themselves haven't awoken yet. So they continue down the path of devaluing what you're doing, even when you're clearly having some sort of success. They hate what they can't understand, Pisces, is the simplest way I can put this. They'll go after your character until the divine gets a hold of them and starts to put them through the process of judgment. What do we have at the third eye? Empress. Wow, what an energy. Libra, Taurus, Venusian energy at the third eye. Empress is all the queens in one. It's the most beautiful card in the tarot. Male or female, it's just an overall energy of abundance and beauty and growth. This is where you're going. Leaving all of that behind. All of this energy that you're galloping over. I just heard barren wasteland. You're going to where the grass grows, metaphorically speaking, where you plant a seed and you actually see it sprout. But this is all by way of your higher guidance. Empress at the third eye. This is where it's leading you. And it's so interesting we have the High Priestess at the foundation of the reading. Your intuition is leading you out of the darkness. You're on a path to fulfilling your true will, Pisces, in this life cycle. There's also an energy here of material security, but you must leave these energies behind. This is all a part of the deal. They can't go with you, and you will not receive any sort of blessings until you cross over into this new cycle as a solo warrior without anybody in tow. What do we have at the crown, please? I just said as a solo warrior without anybody in tow, and what do I get? The Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the crown, which is all about keeping boundaries with people. See, what I have personally experienced on my path is that because people don't understand it, they feel threatened by it, and they love to waste their time to try and challenge my beliefs and what I'm doing here. I have it happen to me all the time. At the end of the day, people are just trying to waste your time, Pisces. They're so jealous of you that it makes them feel powerful if they can waste even a small amount of your time. And there's a lot of this going on inside the collective right now. It has to do with the astrology. The line was drawn in the sand. Look, a couple months ago when that Venus came out of that retrograde cycle, that was it. That was the point at which we were all to decide, what path are you going to take? Are you going to take the path of the Most High or the Most Low? Are you going to take the path of your North Node or your South Node? Are you going to take the path of your purpose as a means to fulfill your destiny? Or are you going to stay stuck inside karmic cycles that are self-serving and only meant to empower the underworld's agenda? A lot of people thought it was a big joke, but now they see it wasn't a joke at all. They feel trapped. And it's not to say that you can't always surrender and get on the right path, but the ship left. So now you have to wait around for another cycle. You see, we have these very specific opportunities that we can make these different changes in our life, and it's all supported astrologically. I like to look at astrology as windows of opportunity, when to move and when not to move. They all got the memo, and they stayed put where they were. For a lot of them, it's business as usual. They're up to their old tricks, wasting years and everybody else's time that are in their purpose or heading towards it, trying to fill their destiny and their mission. You see, as long as there's us, Pisces, there's always going to be them. They are what creates the resistance in our life. And we also create a resistance to their indoctrination. We are the light, they are the dark, yin and yang, God and devil, positive and negative. There's many different macro to micro perspectives that you can perceive this energy at. But I usually just describe it as angels and devils. That's really the most applicable definition, so to speak, that I see fit in our current reality. What do we have at the foundation, please? Two of Wands, Aries energy, Epis at the foundation of the reading. See, and this is this very sneaky energy. It's a energy of sabotage, right? Just sneaking up behind you. Which speaks perfectly on what I just said. Business as usual. As long as there's us, there's always going to be them. You're aware of this now, Pisces, because this is the energy you've broken free from. This energy here is shadow energy. It's essentially happening on the etheric plane, but you see this now on people. I also spoke about this in the Sag reading. It's as if you can sense this shadow energy on people who come onto your path now because experienced what it's like to have these energies in your life. You have this wisdom now. You have this tool of discernment. And it's right underneath that high priestess at the foundation. Foundation represents the root chakra, the material world, is very interesting because it represents to me in my readings that this is a very spiritually awoken individual that is amongst the living dead, so to speak, is what I just heard so clearly. It's like they're living dead. That's how you see them now. That's how I see them, Pisces, to be honest with you. They're soulless minions of the underworld. Whether they want to admit this or not, that is what they are. A lot of them are just so delusional that they can't even see the truth for what it really is. They cannot see the monsters that they really are. What do we have at the sacral, please? Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Arubas at the sacral. Just further reiterating everything I'm saying here, Pisces. This is an energy that's trying to block your creativity. It's an energy that's trying to create stagnation in your life. It's also an energy that is disregarding your talents, your skills, by trying to stand in your way. Whenever I get this card, it's like a bull in a china shop to me, right? It's like you're building something and then they come through and just destroy everything. And this can also show up as negative projections, right? Planting seeds of self-doubt. This is a big one, especially coming from families. Family members that want to hold you back, want you to live the same life that they always lived, right? This is called generational karma, which clearly indicates you are a black sheep. I just heard you are a black sheep amongst spiritual thieves. But what are they stealing, Pisces? Your light, your purpose. That's what they want. When you are a black sheep, Pisces, when you are breaking generational karma, you are a threat. You have value, which is the reason why they devalue you. What you're doing is in alignment with evolution. What has history shown us? That there's two forces in this universe. A force of evolution and a force that is trying to stop evolution, essentially de-evolution. Again, God, Lucifer, light, dark. This is a war of light and dark, but in your individual life, each and every one of us is fighting this war on a micronized version. But make no mistake, this is taking place in every single one of our lives. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Page of Cups, Stolos. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the solar plexus. All of these cards are representing these individuals trying to repress and block your intuition because of how much of a threat it is to their very existence. I just heard they must stop you at all cost. This kind of energy. And it's right underneath this World card. So here they are repressing your intuition with this Page of Cups. Underneath this World card, which is you closing this cycle out at the solar plexus, which is you regain your personal power and control over your reality. What do we have at the heart, please? Amdusius, which is the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo energy, making mistakes. Again, just another energy of setbacks. These individuals have tried everything. Look at all their bag of tricks. Right? And it looks like, to me, it looks like a horse with a unicorn horn on its head, right? So it's like they tried every effort to fool you or hoodwink and bamboozle you, pull the wool over your eyes, so to speak. But now you see them for who they really are. A lot of these people around you have just always been wearing a mask. You may have been attracting a lot of the same people. I was talking about in the Sag reading how, as a child, those years of development are definitive of our path forward into adulthood. We really do attract the energies that we had around us during that time of development. We attract them without even really trying. So if there's trauma, if there's a lot of shadow work that needs to be done there, you're going to be attracting people that are just like the people that were around when you were younger, your parents, your family members, because it's supposed to wake you up to the fact that there's this unhealed trauma. This is what I'm picking up here. A lot of you understand this now, or you're starting to understand this. This is crucial to your spiritual development, is understanding why you attract the people you attract, whether it be good or bad. Doesn't always have to be bad, but in this case here, I'm picking up more negative, okay? And that's definitely something else that I can definitely relate to. And what you'll find is, once you start to really pinpoint this shadow work and you start going in on it, you'll naturally want to go into a hermit mode, which is you really being by yourself. So you're not really attracting anybody. And it's like now you're on a different playing field. You have a blank canvas to start working from. And so you start going through the ascension process. You're raising your vibration. Once you start raising your vibration, then you start attracting people that are actually the vibrational match in alignment with that new version of yourself you've become. This can be seen as you breaking the curse, breaking the cycles, breaking generational karma, cutting cords. There's so many different ways of looking at it. And then we have Eight of Cups, Pisces, that is your energy transformation. You starting to realize that it was never real love. It was more just trauma bonding. There's a lot of complexities that are at play when you're trauma bonding with family members. That's especially difficult to overcome. Trauma bonding with romantic partners now. This is one that we've all heard of. And as hard as that is to break free from, it almost seems impossible. The ones that you have with the family members are really hard to spot because you'll make up excuses for those ones. It's almost like you give them a pass. You think that because they're your family that you're supposed to deal with that sort of energy in your life. But Pisces, this is just not true. We're not supposed to deal with any of this sort of nonsense in our lives. We're meant to get to the root of the trauma, the shadow work, and push forward with a blank canvas. And again, this is the path of the black sheep. You're not adding to the generational karma of trauma. See, generational karma is a spirit. It's a spirit that attaches itself to people, to your family. It feeds. It's like a parasite on the etheric plane. The best way I can explain it. And it wants you to get in there too. It wants to feed off of you too. So when you start breaking path, well, now you're taking away the feeding supply. You've cut one of those supply lines. That spirit, that parasite, that entity is like, well, hold on a second. I don't understand. I have a rogue Pisces in my midst. So it sends out the distress signal, and then all these energies come after you. The family members, the exes, the friends. It's like they're just salivating at the mere thought of distinguishing your light. You're a threat. You're the enemy. You're a horrible person. You are public enemy number one. What do we have at the throat, please? Unbelievable. Two of Swords, Libra energy. Annuel, God, Lord of all virtues, breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, brings victory. Exactly what I just said. We have a rogue Pisces in our midst. This is exactly what this card represents. They've been left confused, and you made the decision to carve out your own path. You're not compromising with demons. You're on your way. Chariot energy stacked with Two of Swords at the throat. Speaking and stepping in your truth, in lockstep with the divine. What do we have at the third eye, please? Nine of Pentacles. Again, so we have it twice now. We have the negative and the positive polarity. Ihu-Ia, the omniscient God, submission to higher order, identifies traitors and destroys their plans. Right at the third eye, stacked with that Empress. They can't hide from you anymore. And the divine is not hiding you from them anymore. Everybody can see everybody for exactly who they really are now. You're moving into an energy of prosperity. Everything is culminating for you, Pisces. You need to keep pushing forward. No matter what you come up against right now, you need to keep going. Don't allow them to re-engage you in the karmic cycle. Some of you already passed this, but for the Pisces that are just now getting moving, you need to push forward in power because they will try and come for you. But in saying that, Pisces, it's very important that you understand the devil can't actually touch you, okay? The devil's purpose is to get you to self-sabotage, and he uses these people to do it. However that shows up for you, whether it's a romantic connection that seduces you, whether it's a family member who you feel obligated to be there for, whether it's a friend that is laying guilt trips on you, however it shows up for you, it can show up in a multitude of different ways. You need to pay very close attention to who's coming onto your path right now. You'll be surprised all the little things you notice when you're on the journey to ascension and elevation in your life. They'll come out of the woodwork, Pisces. What do we have? The crown to close that for Pisces, please. And there it is, the hermit. Exactly like I was saying. Iba Mia, Virgo energy, word of God creating all. Alchemy and transformation, rules natural events, helps with spiritual progress, right? Like I was saying about going into hermit mode, and because you're in this hermit mode, you're not attracting new people into your life because you're going through this ascension process. It's right here. Here you are realizing that everything we're saying in this reading is true, right? Oh, so that's why I keep attracting the same people over and over. It's a karmic cycle. And then here you are going into hermit mode, allowing for this transformation to take place, the divine doing upgrades and helping you with this spiritual progress. All of you are being called to go into hermit mode right now. You need some time alone. You need some time out. These sorts of messages can be really heavy, Pisces, and they can be hard to hear. And I think the best thing that you can really do, just to really test the waters or to feel more confident about the moves you're making, put some space between you and these energies and see how things start developing in your life. Are things getting better? But give yourself a good shot at it, Pisces. Put a good amount of time and distance between yourself and these energies. Just get away, right? What do we call that? Time to think. I need some space. Whatever you need to say or do, Pisces, you're being called to do this right now. And then make a decision on how you're going to move heading forward into the future. But in saying all of that, Pisces, this is a tremendously powerful energy that I have for you on this table. I can only hope that you will take some of these messages we've delivered to you and empower yourself and truly step into your power and purpose heading forward into the future. Pisces, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video, and thank you for your donations, Pisces. Take care.